Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Magnus, and today I was going to show you how to actually change the internal communication network on a VSX. So if you want to be able to run more than 64 VLANs in each VS, you actually need to change something called the VSX internal communication network. And what you need to keep in mind is also that the network that you select, you're not able to have that network anywhere within your environment if you're planning that network to pass the VSX system. So as default, the network range that is selected from checkpoint is 192.168.196, and then it's a slash 2022, I guess, 23, 22. And depending on how big network mask you actually use, that also depends on how many VLANs that you can select. So if you check the SK99121, you can actually see that you need to do a change if you want to have more than 64 VLANs. And this is for VSX version R77 and above. So well, R80, R81, etc. Doesn't say R81 here, but I just assume that it's the same in R81 as well. So if you're running a /21, you're able to have 128 interfaces. If you're selecting a /20, you're able to have 256 interfaces on each virtual system. The maximum amount of VLANs that you can have within one VSX is 4096 VLANs. You cannot go over that. That's the maximum limit, and that's, well, fairly large. So if you want to change this, this is nothing that you can change within the GUI because the network mask is actually not able to change. So this is not highlighted. And to be able to do this, you need to go into the MDS. So if we go into the MDS of this one, because keep in mind, the changes for VSX is not really done on the virtual system itself. It's done on the VSX system, and that is controlled via the MDS. So if we, okay, I need to set an expert password first, but let's just do that first. And then I will be able to go into expert and write the MDS stat so I can see all the different systems that I have. Or actually all the different CMAs. And the one that you want to select is the one that has your main 01, where you have all your gateways. So in my case, I only have one because this is a newly installed MDS. But as this is like a script that you're actually running from the management station itself, I think that you need to add the trusted clients. So you have the local management network for the specific CMAs accepted for that domain. So I'm just going to add it here. And yes, I'm filtering out a lot of IP addresses because this is something that we're taking into production, and we're using public IP addresses everywhere. But you get the point. So after we have just published this, we can continue with our MDS change. So MCD here to change the environment. And then we need to take the commands that we did see in the SK, and that's a VSX util command. So VSX util change private networks. And I think I can write localhost here, but I will just select the IP address anyway. So after this, you need to log in, and I will just select the admin account. I don't know what the permission you actually need, but I will just do the admin account and log in. And what we see now is a list of all the VSX clusters that are within that domain or that CMA. So in this case, we will just select number 1 because that's the only one that we have. And then we get up the question like, do you want to change the IPv4 cluster private IP address network? And here we just select yes. And then we can see our existing network that we have. And keep in mind, if you want to put any IP address here, it needs to be unique and you cannot use it anywhere else in the network. So I normally write 169 IP addresses, like link local network IP addresses. They are not routable and they are unique. And it's only, yeah, I think they're perfect. it just works for it. And then I can select like a /20, /21, depending on how many VLANs I actually want to have in each virtual system. So in this case, we will do the 169 IP addresses, and I will just take the first scope. It's easy, and then enter. And here we need to select like how big network mask do we actually need. And if we go back to the SK, we can see here, if we use the /21, then we can have 128 interfaces. And if we use the /20, then we're able to have 256 interfaces. On this specific VSX cluster, I will have 50 VSS, so 50 times 128, what is that? 50 times 128, that's 6,400 VLANs. So I will go into the max of 4096 anyway. In normal, most customers doesn't have 128 VLANs, but this is something that you need to consider if you're changing this number. Because if you type 50 times 64, well, then you cannot reach the 4096, but well, something in the middle, and in this case, we will just use /21. So type 21 here, and then type enter. And we will not have any IPv6. And keep in mind, you will get downtime when you change this. And this is something that you should change when you do the initial installation of your VSX cluster. So let's just continue, and it will push the configuration to the VSX, and then it will install the policy, and then it's changed. And it doesn't matter if you have 8 nodes in the VSX cluster, it's still done from this way. So you do it from the CMA in question with VSX util. So let's go back to the VSX cluster in question and just see that it has changed. So let's go into cluster members, and we can see that now it's changed. So I think that's it. Short video regarding VSX. This is part of the VSX course that I'm planning to do. I don't know when it will be ready, when I will release it, but I will put a few videos every month, and I hope you did like it. So please comment below if you actually use VSX and if you want to see more of this, or if I should focus on, well, MDS or just normal clusters or cloud. I don't know. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.